Hey guys, it's that time of the month where I share with you my empties, and today's video is gonna be, I would say, exciting because it's an empties when I'm talking about some trash that I did use up that I'm waiting to talk about in the video and then recycle. But then I also do want to say that a lot of these products I'm pretty meh about. Some of them I did really enjoy using, but then I know that I don't really see myself repurchase them for one reason or another. So yeah, I guess it's exciting but not super duper exciting. Like if I was talking about empties that I absolutely freaking love that I've repurchased multiple times. By the way, I have some videos like that up on my channel already where I'm talking about my most repurchased products, and I'm sharing that in an empties format. So if you're interested in something like that, that I feel is definitely a little bit more exciting. This is not as exciting, but then I think it's still exciting because I think I do want to celebrate the fact that I did use up these things completely so that my money is not going down the drain. I mean, technically, some of them I have used up and my money has gone down the drain because I've washed them off. But yeah, that was a really funny expression. But since I mentioned that anyway, let me talk about my first two products that I did use up completely, and those are the Earth Rhythm cleansing balms that I obviously washed down the drain with some face wash. But yeah, I've shared my thoughts on these in the past multiple times, and in fact I do want to let you know that I've mentioned these as some of my absolute favorite cleansing balms, and you would assume that I would probably repurchase these because I love them so much. But I think now that I have completely used them up, I can actually tell you that I don't love them as much as I thought I did. So let me tell you why. First of all, both of these cleansing balms are absolutely amazing. They're great. I don't want anyone to feel like in my best and worst of cleansing balm videos where I share these as my top recommendations, I don't want anyone to feel like I was lying, because I wasn't lying in either ways. But I feel like I've got a lot of comments on those videos asking for Earth Rhythm cleansing balm recommendations, which is the best variant, etc., etc. So that kind of makes me feel guilty now to say that I'm not going to repurchase any of these. But let me tell you why I will not be repurchasing either of them. First of all, I love the formulation. I love the way how this cleanses pretty much all of your makeup. I would say I still get a little bit of residue left that you can clean with micellar water, but otherwise for the most part it cleanses everything off, which I really love. It's got more of a waxy consistency. It's not as emollient, which some people might like. If you don't like an oily cleansing balm, then you might much prefer this because it's got more of a waxier consistency. So for that, these both of the variants are great. By the way, I have the bamboo charcoal variant, and then I also have the matcha green tea variant. So the one that I used first was the bamboo charcoal variant, and this one has a weird smell. That's the reason why I did not like it. Otherwise, apart from that, it's a great experience, and I will say that over time you kind of get used to the scent as well, so you don't care about the scent. And again, it's a natural scent. Other than products don't have any sort of artificial fragrance, so whatever it is, it's the natural scent of the bamboo charcoal ingredients in this. But the scent was kind of off-putting, so that's why this was not my absolute favorite. And then when I used the matcha green tea variant, the scent of this was definitely much better. But the more I used it, the more I noticed, initially I just felt what, maybe the cleansing balm just got into my eye and that's why it's kind of irritating my eye and stuff. But the more I used it, the more I noticed that has happened to me only with this cleansing balm. It's not even happened with this, okay? It's only happened with this. So I can't even blame Earth Rhythm as a brand for that, because I'm just only your matcha green tea product irritates my eyes. None of your other cleansing balms irritate my eye. And in general, I've used a bunch of other cleansing products, and nothing has ever, cleansing balm products specifically, makeup removal products, nothing has ever irritated my eye. This is the only product ever of this kind that has irritated my eye. So I'm just do I want to repurchase something that I know irritates my eye? Probably not. So yeah, for that reason I would not be repurchasing either of these. But I do have other cleansing balms that I really enjoy. The one that I'm using currently is the plum one, the Illuminance cleansing balm, and again, that one also I have some complaints with, which I will talk about when I talk about that. I'm not going to talk about it here. So yeah, overall I would say the only makeup remover that I've ever found that doesn't have any problems is the Kiko Milano micellar gel cleansing something but I've spoken about that also a couple of times, so you probably know what I'm talking about. That one is so far my favorite, which I've not noticed any problems ever with that particular product. So yeah, it's a great recommendation. Moving on next to another face wash that I do have, and then I think these are the only cleansing products I'm going to talk about in this Empties. So this is the Kaya Purifying Cleanser, the one with salicylic acid, which is for oily and combination skin. Again, I've completely used it up and I do enjoy it, but I've just realized that for me, cleanser is not where I really like my actives. I mean, if I have actives in my cleansing step, then I think it's great, but it's not something that I really look forward to. It's just an additional step. I would be happy using like a Himalaya oil clear lemon face wash or something like that, or maybe even the blueberry face wash. Like any regular cleanser is just fine. I don't need specifically like an active based cleanser. So would I rather buy a 200 rupee Himalaya face wash, or would I buy a 400 rupee Kaya face wash? Probably the Himalaya 200 rupee one. So yeah, for that reason I feel like I don't see myself repurchasing it. That being said, I do go to Kaya clinics to get my laser treatment and stuff. My mom goes there to get facials and like other stuff done as well. So if we ever end up going there, and if we ever have like a gift voucher or some sort of like redemption stuff that they have going on sometimes, and if I'm asked to like pick out a Kaya product in like to like redeem the rewards that I'm getting or whatever, would I probably pick this up then? Yeah, probably, because that's not my like actual money that I'm spending on it. So would I pick up something like this in that situation? Probably yes, because I do think that if I had to buy a Kaya skincare product, it would probably be this or their under eye gel as well, which you guys know I love. But yeah, eye creams are not really my thing, so I would rather get the face wash. So yeah, that was that. Moving on next to serums, and surprisingly I have a lot of serums to talk about in today's video. So I have 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then I also have like a treatment exfoliation kind of a product. So let me talk about that first. The treatment exfoliation product I have to talk about is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. Again, this bottle you've seen on the internet like a bajillion times, so I don't need to introduce the product anymore, but it is a salicylic acid like exfoliating treatment kind of a product. It's like a hydrating gel consistency, but of course like what this is mainly supposed to do is work on your pores, work on your blackheads, work on any kind of active acne that you might have, any pimples that you might have, and I do think this does a great job. But it's not something miraculous or life-changing. Like I feel like this is a miracle product for so many people, which is why I do feel really bad. Like this is a super hyped up thing, of course you guys know that already, and I don't think that it lives up to that hype, at least for me personally. So for that reason, I'm just like, you know what, if people worship this product and love this product so much, they can probably continue using it, and I can probably rather skip it and use other salicylic acid products that I really enjoy much more. So yeah, for me, I'm just happy that I tried it out, even though I spent a ton of money. Like I spent almost 3k on this. It was around 2,700. Like yeah, this is 2,700 in India, right? But then I got it at like a 10% off or something on Myntra, so it was 2,400 or something. So yeah, still a ton of money. I'm happy I did try it out, and I mean it's expensive, so it's a good thing I used it up as well. But yeah, I don't see myself repurchasing this one. Moving on next to, you know, the bunch of serums that I have in my collection. Not in my collection, sorry, in my Empties. I don't know why I said in my collection. Also, by the way, I've not had coffee today, so in case I'm like blabbering and I'm a little jittery, that's because I've not had coffee yet. But yeah, the first product that like one of the first serums among like 6 others that I have is the Conscious Chemist Reboot Night Serum. Again, I have told you how much I dislike this product in bunch of videos. I will link my trying and testing out Conscious Chemist products. Yeah, again, like I said, I've not had coffee, so I'm a little bit like my brain is God knows where. But yeah, I will link my trying and testing on Conscious Chemist products video in the description box down below, in case you want to know why I don't like the serum. But I don't like it. That is that. And I basically, like, if I have to summarize my thoughts and experience using this product in one sentence, I did not see any results with it, and that's why it's not like one of my favorites. It basically did absolutely nothing for me, like nothing zero, nada, nothing. So yeah, that's why I will obviously not be repurchasing this. I don't recommend it either, unless and until you have super duper sensitive skin and none of the active ingredient based products on the market work for you. Then you can maybe give this a shot, otherwise just skip. So yeah, that was that. Moving on to something which I am surprised I have never mentioned this in an Empties video before, because I've used this up months and months ago. This is the Earth Rhythm Alpha Arbutin and Hyaluronic Acid Skin Clarifying Serum. This has probably either been in my Empties for like 6 months, and it is probably like a small like bottle, so it like really got inside in the bottom of the bin, and that's why it never came to the surface for any other Empties video. But it's been a long time since I've used it up. This is my first bottle, and it's also possible that I maybe mentioned it in a previous Empties video and then just forgot to recycle it and I galti se put it back into my Empties bin. That's also probably possible. To be honest, I don't even remember, but I do remember my experience using it and how much I absolutely freakingly loved it. I saw a great difference when it came to like the reduction of my acne marks. I've used vitamin C for years and I've never noticed as much of results as I have with using just one bottle of Alpha Arbutin serum. That being said, it's like around $1,500, so I will say that it's a little bit expensive, but I feel like you never have to pay full price for anything Earth Rhythm, because Earth Rhythm always has either like buy two get two or like buy one get one or like 30% off. They always have some sort of offers or discounts going on like literally all the time, so I feel like you never have to pay the full amount for any Earth Rhythm product ever. So yeah, definitely pick this up like during one of their offers or discounts going on if you are someone who has acne marks, hyperpigmentation or anything like that. In fact, I see myself buying this again because in the past few months I have broken out quite a bit and I feel like I have a lot of new hyperpigmentation and like acne marks that I do want to like use something to work on that. So yeah, for that I will definitely be getting this. But then on the other hand, I also want to try out other products that are geared for hyperpigmentation. Like this one I know works, so I can like easily recommend it, but I do want to try other products as well to see which ones work, which ones don't. So yeah, I see myself buying this again, but I also see myself trying out other products. So yeah, that was that. But again, love that stuff. Moving on next to something that did not really work very well for me. Like this one was a weird experience. Again, a lot of people have raved about this and have said amazing things about it. Personally, I don't have really great things to say about it. This is the Eclat eye serum, caffeine 5% and eye cereal 1%. This is supposed to be like a retinol eye cream, again for your under eyes. Actually not eye cream, eye serum for your under eyes. And this one yeah, I did not see a lot of results with it. Again, I don't have like fine lines under my eyes like a lot of other people do who are using this product, so I'm not gonna comment on the fine lines, but I have one specific like crease under both of my eye, and I don't know if that's how like my face structure is or what. I have never noticed it in the past, but nowadays I just notice it a little bit more. So that's the reason why I got this, to like work on that crease line and to see if it like does anything for that, and it didn't, which again I'm totally fine with. But the problem that I had with this was that it used to like get in my eye and my eye used to like always burn a little bit, so I only used it at night. And what I would do is I would apply this right before I went to bed. So like if I'm applying this and like I'm wide and awake and like doing things around the house, be it morning or night, I feel like my eyes would burn to a point where I would just not be able to see very clearly, and I would just not be able to keep my eyes open. My eyes used to water a ton. It was very irritating. So the only time it would work for me was if I would put this on my under eye and then just go to bed, like immediately go to bed, just sleep. I think that's the only time it would work, because my eyes probably still watered, but then I didn't know because I was already fast asleep. So eventually at some point I was like, again, I don't want to be irritating my eye. I don't want my eyes to water like this. So what should I do? And then I realized it's got retinol, and again, anything you can use on your eye, you can also use on the rest of your face. So I just continued using it like all over my face as a serum, like as a regular face serum, and that's how I used up the whole bottle. But yeah, it's not something I would recommend. It's not something I would repurchase, obviously. So yeah, that was that with my experience on the Eclat eye serum. Moving on next to another product which I've spoken about in another trying and testing out new products video, and that was on the Dermatecture serums and exfoliating toners as well. But this is a serum. This is the 10% azelaic acid serum. Again, I was kind of underwhelmed after using this. I've used up the whole bottle and I did not really see a lot of great results with this. Again, I did not notice any bad results, but no good results either. And I have discovered other azelaic acid products that I do really like. So for that reason, would not be repurchasing this again. It's hard to recommend as well because, you know, I would rather recommend other azelaic acid serums. So yeah, this one is also going to be a pass from my side. But again, if you want to know my thoughts more in detail on this particular product, I will link the trying and testing our products video in which I talk more in detail about it. So yeah, you can go check it out. Moving on next to a serum that I did really like, but they also have another serum which is very similar but which I notice better results with. What I'm talking about is the Minimalist 5% Niacinamide and 1% Hyaluronic acid. So this was a great serum. Really enjoyed using this. I noticed great benefits when I use niacinamide regularly. I notice a lot of like pore care and like good things happening with my pores because they're less noticeable. My skin is not that oily, so it's one that I always like to have. Like I like to have some sort of niacinamide product in my rotation at all times. But the one that I do enjoy a little bit more than I enjoy this is the 10% niacinamide plus zinc. Now, I don't want this to imply that 5% niacinamide is not as good as 10% niacinamide. Honestly, I don't care about the percentage, but overall, in terms of like my user experience, I've noticed a much better experience with the 10% niacinamide plus zinc as compared to this one. So it's like a little bit of a difference, like the slightest difference, but I do notice it. And I feel like both of them are also the same price. So same price, if I'm getting something better, then why will I go for this? Again, same brand, same active ingredient, along with a little bit of changes, obviously, like zinc instead of hyaluronic acid. Then again, totally up to you. If I was ever not able to find the 10% niacinamide because maybe it was out of stock or whatever, would I buy this? Definitely. But would this be my first choice? Probably not. So yeah, that was that. Wouldn't be repurchasing because I will be getting the 10% niacinamide. So yeah, that was that. And moving on to the last serum we're going to talk about, and then I can finally move on to some other products that we also have in this Empties, and that is the Earth Rhythm 2% salicylic acid willow bark extract. This is their sebum control serum. This is one that I did really enjoy. I saw great results with it. But I mentioned in my trying and testing out again, I feel like I keep referencing that series because that series is so important to me, because every single product I talk about in it, I like thoroughly review. So if I ever have like a relevant video to like reference back to, then I will obviously do that. So in that video, I really go in depth as to why, even though this is absolutely amazing, I feel like I have other products that do the same thing as this does, and it just does it better. So for that reason, I will not be repurchasing this. But if I had to recommend a strictly like just salicylic acid serum which has like 2% salicylic acid, this would be the one I would recommend. But I feel like there are other products that do the same thing, which are just not, it's not just salicylic acid, there are other things that they do as well, and that's why they do it really well. So yeah, I would rather recommend those. So yeah, that was that. Moving on next to some moisturizers. I have one, then I have a small mini, so 1.5 I guess, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. I do have more Empties to talk about as well, but the video is already like 20 minutes long, so I feel like I will just quickly talk about some moisturizers, and then the other products I'll talk about later. So first of all, the Purito Deep Sea Water Cream. Again, I have a trying and testing on new products video in which I've referenced the Purito product, this particular one, but like you can see, it's completely gone. I love the packaging. It's got this like toothpastey vibe, which I really like, and the moisturizer is great as well, but this is more of like a gel consistency that is a little bit more hydrating. So I feel like if you love gel moisturizers but you have more normal combo like dry skin, that's when you will really love this. But to me personally, I feel like it's a little bit expensive for what it is. Like it's around 1700 Indian rupees that I paid for this, 1700 or 1900 maybe, for like a 50-gram moisturizer. That it's just a moisturizer, you know. It does have niacinamide, but then, you know, there are no other benefits. It just does a good job at hydrating the skin, moisturizing the skin. And there are other you know, brands and like other products that I feel like are way better than this, and they do the same thing. So like, why will I pay almost 2000 bucks for the same thing? So yeah, for that reason, will not be repurchasing this. Talking about another you know, niacinamide based moisturizer, this one is new. This is by Plum. It's the green tea oil free moisturizer, and this is fragrance free. Now I do want to say I really like the fact that Plum came out with a new like daytime gel moisturizer that is fragrance free. I mean, I love that. I love what Plum is doing. I love that they're finally listening to their consumers and coming out with like fragrance free products. That's amazing, you know. I want to clap for you, Plum. I think you're doing amazing with that. That being said, I feel like I would love them to have a little bit more of a thicker consistency. Like this is a very watery moisturizer. I prefer more of like a jelly or gel, something that's just a little bit more thicker. I don't mind silicones either. I just prefer that consistency a lot more. So for that reason, I would not be repurchasing this. It's just like, again, the user experience, I enjoy something like that more, but this is a great product. Otherwise, if you have oily skin, you would love this. You will love the consistency. If you like a more watery consistency when it comes to a moisturizer, like if every moisturizer you use you feel like is too thick, too heavy, doesn't blend into your skin well enough, use this. It's like a splash of water on your face. You will love it. So yeah, that was the Plum green tea moisturizer. Then I also have this Face Shop Dr. Bellmer facial moisturizer. This is a sample that I got free a long time back. I've not spoken about Face Shop in a few years, A, because they're not cruelty free, but B, I just think the Face Shop was very hyped, and like I saw them hyped for years. When I finally tried it, I realized it's just not worth the hype. But this I did get free with one of my purchases, and I used to use this whenever I was like going on weekend getaways. If I was going to like my friend's house for a sleepover, I would carry all my like travel friendly like small mini sample size skincare, and that's how I carried this. That's how I used it. And yeah, that's how I used it up. It was great. If the consistency, the formulation, everything was amazing. If the Face Shop was not cruelty free, would I see myself buying this? Probably yes, because I do appreciate a good formulation. But because the Face Shop is not cruelty free, and I don't think that they make this anymore either, like in their full size. I haven't really seen it on Nykaa specifically, so again, I don't know. If they do make it and if the Face Shop goes cruelty free someday, will I get this? Probably yeah. So yeah, that was that. Moving on to two Lakme moisturizers. Again, I've spoken about these in the past. We have the Peach Milk Soft Creme, which is like the Pond's Light Moisturizer, very similar. Again, you can see I'm completely used it up. And then one that I used up very recently, this is the Lakme Peach Milk Ultra Light Gel. Again, completely used up. This is like the blue gel moisturizer that Pond's has. I've done a video comparing like why I say that this is like the Pond's Light Moisturizer and this is like the Pond's Gel Moisturizer. There's a reason behind it. You can go and see that. I've compared the texture, I've compared like everything. And if I'm being completely honest, I loved them. I loved both of these a lot. And do I see myself repurchasing them? Let me give you a particular scenario, okay? So someday if I stick myself to a very thin, small budget, and I'm just like, you know what, you can just spend 5,000 on like skincare in like a quarter or something like that. If I give myself a very tight budget like that, I don't have much breathing room, and I just have to like really squeeze it in and just buy like very like under 500 affordable products. Do I see myself repurchasing this? Probably yes, but at the moment I feel like I have a job, I'm doing really well, and I can spend a little bit more money on moisturizers, and I would rather buy like the Earth Rhythm moisturizers, which are fragrance free. They have great formulations, and those are more again, the fragrance free. I love the consistency, I love the whole like user experience and all that as well. And they're probably, are they double the price? Actually I feel like they're more than double the price. They're around 3 to 4 times the price. But again, love the fragrance free aspect, and these I will have to say are pretty fragrance. Like if they even reduced the fragrance element just a little bit, like you can still put fragrance, but don't make them perfumed, you know what I'm saying, then I would probably go for these, because again, I'm saving money. I'm saving so much money if I'm comparing. Like I can buy like a year of supply of moisturizer of these in the amount of like same amount of money that I would spend on the other moisturizers in like 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, if the fragrance was just a little bit less, I think I would definitely see myself buying this. That being said, at some point, if I really reach that point where I'm like, you know what, I can't spend so much of money on skincare anymore, I have to like put this same money somewhere else, or if I go on a really strict budget or something like that, I would probably give up. I would maybe give up on the Earth Rhythm moisturizers and go back to the Lakme ones. I do see that happening because I love the formulation, I love how they sit on the skin, I love the fact that they don't really have a lot of active ingredients that will otherwise like combined with other ingredients cause a problem. Do these have niacinamide? I don't really see it. Even if they have any active ingredients, it's probably just niacinamide, and I don't even see niacinamide on the list as well. So I feel like they're so simple in the fact that any other active ingredient based products I use with it, it'll just go perfectly. Yeah, I mean, these literally have just super simple basic ingredients that work really well with any other active based in like any other active ingredients that you use in like your treatment step, serum step, and stuff like that. So yeah, that was that. Those are all the products. I feel like I wanted to cover a few more things, but then this video is already half an hour long, so I don't want to make it any further longer. But yeah, that's it for this empties video. Thank you so much for watching. Wait for the next one because I'm gonna have a ton of more empties to talk about as well. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.